Good morning to all of our accelerated student nurses that are going to be starting this August. I do apologize that it's taken a second to get this book site up and going. There were some glitches on the book site's end, and they believe they have everything fixed. I have gone ahead and gone through everything to make sure everything is there, and I'd like to show you a visual and for any of you who are more of the visual learners and would like this walkthrough. So you are going to be receiving, or just now receiving, this accelerated BSN curriculum ebook bundle, skills lab bag purchasing directions. What I'm mainly going to be talking about right here is how to get your ebooks, okay? So there's some information up here. I encourage you to read through this carefully. It's a couple different options for getting your ebooks. If you are having to go through the bookstore because of financial aid reasons, you're going to be choosing option 1. Okay, and there's an ISBN number here that you would be able to purchase this through the bookstore. Okay, after you purchase it from the bookstore, you're going to get a rebate so that the price more accurately relates to what the people over here on this side are getting. It's about roughly $18.80 for all of your books. For the start of this program, and that pretty much covers, for the most part, everything in the program. There's just a couple other little tidbits here and there. We have that stuff in this document as well. But yeah, if you're ordering from the bookstore, you'll be able to actually go on the direct site after you've ordered from the bookstore, and you'll be able to get a rebate. It walks you right through it. Students in the past haven't really had an issue with that, but let me know if you do. I'm going to get in there though and show people how that are purchasing directly through the manufacturer, through the website, which is Lippincott or Wolters Kluwer, and how that's going to go. So over here you'll see this little spot right here. You can just copy it. We're going to go to a new one, and when you paste it in, this is what comes up. Okay? It brings you right to this Welcome to University of Missouri St. Louis Nursing Education Fall 2020 students. We're going to go ahead and sign you up. I'm already signed up, so it's probably going to be confused for a moment, possibly. I'm going to put my stuff in here. Graduation year for you guys is 2021, and for selecting program, Accelerated BSN. It's the first one on the list. Okay, you can click these if you would like to, and then you click on Find My Products. Okay, so what you see right here brings you right to everything, and we kind of just told them to put it under the first course that you have, which is 3005. So you'll see it says Accelerated BSN Fall 2020 Cohort. I don't suggest you just go down and start clicking on everything. What I do suggest you do is minimize that a little bit, put it over this way. We're going to take this one, minimize this, and I would go down to the bottom of this, and this is where all of the ones that you should have are. I already kind of did this once, so let me go ahead and take these highlight off. So what you should be doing is, I mean, again, you can do this however you want. This just helped me figure out the best way to do it to make sure I wasn't missing anything. So as I go down, here is Sherry Rector's book. And then I'm just kind of coming over here, highlighting it, and making sure that, great, I've got that one, I'm adding it to the cart, okay? The bad thing about this website is it goes straight up to the top again instead of just continuing to scroll down. This is one part that I did want to show you that most students actually, I haven't found one student that has found it helpful. A lot of students are used to using the paper books or just regular textbooks, and they're like, I need that paper copy. So they went ahead, and each and every book they have, there's a for $50 you can get basically a black and white one that can be printed. So like I said, it's $50. You can click on that. It tells you what this means. It allows 7 to 10 days for shipping. I will tell you that in the past, the students that have gotten this, later they just wish they wouldn't have spent their money on it because they got so used to using the ebooks that they found that they really did not need the print on demand. I would hold off and save your money for now. Take this first semester, at least the first 8 weeks, and see if you can just do the ebook thing. I know when I first started teaching last year using just ebooks, I forced myself to just use the website, and I downloaded the books, which is everything you guys will be doing as well, and it actually wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Because, again, I grew up just having the textbook. So it is a little bit to get used to, but everybody got used to it, and they actually said it worked great. So anyway, this is what you do, though. Again, you can just start going down. We got that first one. I'm going to go down to the next green area. Here we go. It says Reese. I'm going to come over here and make sure that's on my list. Sure is. I'm highlighting it. Again, this is just what I need to do to make sure that I'm getting everything correct. So once you have done all of that, when you go to your actual cart, it's going to show right at about $1,800. That is correct. That's when you know that you have everything you need. I'd like to say it was like the first 10 or 11 things on here. Let me go back and show you. I'm going to continue shopping. This is where I don't want you to go because it will screw you up. So stick to the top area where it says accelerated. When you go down towards the very bottom, there's going to be something that is not for you. Here it is. It says 3010 foundations. It's for fall 2020 cohort. It says traditional. Try to stay away from this stuff. The one thing that's going to get confusing for you, because it sure as heck got confusing for me, and there's not much I can do about that. Some of the ones that I pick up here, if I click on it up here, it's automatically clicking on it down at the bottom where the traditional is too. The reason that we had to separate them out is because in the accelerated program, you're buying everything up front because you were here for 1 year and you're using pretty much everything right away. The traditional program is here for 2 years, and some of the material they're not using right away, and they only have a year access to it. So if they started it now, for instance, PEDS or OB, they wouldn't have it when they need it a year from now. So that's why it's a little different, okay? So that pretty much gets you that piece. Let me go back here and... is this the traditional? Sorry, let me get to the accelerated one. There we go. All right, let's go back up here. So I spell it out a little bit more about the black and white copies. I just kind of showed you where you get those. The other thing that you're going to be purchasing, and I would not do this until much closer to the fall semester. And I say this because it's probably not ready over there quite yet, okay? So do not go to the bookstore. I wouldn't go there until probably about August 1st, and it should be there. I recommend having calling the bookstore first so that you're not making this trip all the way into the bookstore and then you find out it's not there. I ask you to call because sometimes I'll call and they'll be like, oh yeah, it's right here, and then it's not, and I don't want that to happen to anybody. So there's other people that are going to be on this email when it goes out. Maybe try to start connecting up with some of those people and maybe somebody be the person who reaches out. It's just one way to do it, or you can reach out yourself. That's fine too. The remaining costs for the last semester of the program, this is what you're not buying right now. You'll buy this right before you start next summer. And it's called PassPoint. It's a testing program, and you'll have about a 6-month access. Not about, you will have a 6-month access, and it's going to really help you prepare for your boards. The only other thing that is probably not on here that you should know about, though, is there will be a live review session that is required for all students, and I want to say that is anywhere between $200 and $300. It sounds like a lot of money. I will tell you, back in the day when I took my boards, not only was the live review required for me to take prior to graduating and getting my degree, but I also then paid extra to have the a different a different, what was it called? I can't remember. There's lots of different testing sites out there that allow you to practice with them and get you ready for boards. You're going to want the live review. It's probably the best few $100s that you will have ever spent because it goes through so many specifics and it gets you ready for those boards, because in a year's time you are learning so much information and you're not having a heck of a lot of time to process every bit of it. So it's really good to have that refresher. So that will, I think, be the only other thing that I can remember that's really in there. There is a cost associated with graduation for basically, getting your cap and gown. There's also, I believe, little things for other tidbits that Harry Harris is sending out to you on cost associated things throughout the program. For instance, your lab coat and scrubs and things like that, stethoscope. So we really have tried very hard to put down every single thing you could possibly need, because we don't want any surprises. Yes, nursing school is very expensive. The books are expensive. I will tell you that we have spent a great deal of time to decrease the amount that you have to spend, upwards of almost half. We used to have so many books. We were just allowing everybody to get their own books. We can, at this point, these are the ones that are required. You have to get anything above and beyond this is usually going to be optional. So if you see that on a syllabus and it says optional, that truly does mean optional. It's nothing you have to get. We try to use a lot of online resources, and that's pretty much where we're at. If you have any questions with this, let me know. But I hope that this helps those of you who needed more of a visual on how this all goes. All right, take care. Bye-bye.